Yeah, okay, I did not see that coming. Live on his podcast, didn't bother to edit that out.
This episode is sponsored by NordVPN.
No! Surfshark lets them do this? Hello, one and all. Welcome back to the channel. This is Commercial Filmmakers React. My name is George.
And my name is Tom.
Tom, that's Tomler. And we are here to talk about commercials, specifically creator commercials. We're here to figure out whether they're of any value at all, and when they're good and when they're bad, and whether you should skip them. The answer is almost certainly no. Or yes.
What? Sorry. To all of those, the answer is no.
Maybe.
They're not good, but you should also not skip them.
Exactly.
Keep watching.
And while we're at it, don't forget to leave a comment below telling us what you think. Let's start off with a baseline, something that we think is doing the job but nothing more. Now, I really love Daniel Schiffer's videos. This is a creator who talks about filmmaking, particularly commercial filmmaking. I think quite often, though, his integrations feel like a bit of an afterthought, and this is an example of that.
As a content creator, I'm always looking for new inspiration to help me step up my knowledge and creativity. Lately, I've been binge watching this indie filmmaking course by Nguyen and Nguyen on Skillshare, where he talks about getting that blockbuster look on a DIY budget.
And so on and so on and so on, right? Now, this is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. And I think it probably is exactly what it seems. It's just I've got to stick something on the end to keep the sponsor happy. But the way that it's integrated is, well, it sort of isn't at all. It's just, it's the end of the video, fade to black, pause. And now,
then add.
it's fine, but I would just go, oh, right, the video's over, finish, and click away immediately.
I think it's interesting that his video is about making videos pop, and then this doesn't really do that.
I think there are better ways to do it, and let's look at some, shall we?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should ask. This episode is sponsored by NordVPN. No!
Is it not sponsored?
No!
How to perform the Heimlich, the chokey hug.
Go ahead, skip this ad.
Okay.
Go ahead, skip this ad too.
Yeah, I will.
Alright, you son of a bitch, I gave you a chance, but you're gonna watch this ad and you're gonna
The
like it.
segue is extremely tight. But then the actual ad works really well too, because TomSka is known for like his skits and kind of, you know, gratuitous violence, if you will. And they play into that very well. But what's even more interesting is that Surfshark lets them do this?
You know what a VPN is?
A virtual private network. Yeah, I use Nord.
You use Surfshark VPN now.
TomSka recently actually released a video about his partnership with Surfshark and how he's kind of been trying to push against that and kind of escalating and getting more and more violent. Like in this one, they reference NordVPN.
It's a big no-no,
It's
usually.
a very big no-no normally. No! But yeah, they're just letting him do it and letting him have fun with the ads, and it shows.
I think one of the reasons that influencer marketing is appealing to an advertiser is that there's an understanding that the words aren't coming directly from the mouth of the brand, right? So first of all, you're paying for the creativity of the influencer in question, in this case, writing and performing a cool sketch, but you're also paying somewhat for that removal of like, well, we never said that.
I've never seen that before.
And there's a point here that I want to come back to later, which is that this commercial is in keeping with the content of the creator in the first place, right? So they found a way to make the commercial aspect of the video fit very well with the rest of the creative aspect of the video. I've got a video later on that's the opposite of... Actually, should we look at that now?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, please, let's do that.
It's really weird.
It is £1 per month for 6 whole months. It is £1 per month for 6 months.
This video is essentially a video essay about drug use in football, specifically cocaine in the crowd at football matches, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
It's a relatively serious piece of journalism, and this channel, Tifo, does a really good, quite serious job. They're a little bit funny and wacky sometimes, but mostly they're quite serious journalistically.
If we bury heads in the sand, then these things can come back to bite you.
It is £1 per month for 6 whole months. It is £1 per month for 6 months. It is £1.
Now,
It's kind of gross. Very weird.
it's utterly stupid, and it's completely opposed to the tone of the videos. Like, as I say, sometimes they're silly and jokey, and they do a podcast where they're much looser and whatever. So there is that expectation for the audience already. There's a bit of fun in the videos, but to pair a pretty serious
kind of goes
video
against
with the most ridiculous, like, crappy song, out of tune singing, wacky, and clearly a joke. Like, they're not trying to be good at singing or anything.
No.
It's really interesting that they can do the exact opposite of what TomSka did. They've done diametrically opposed to their own content, and I think it works. Thank you, that's all I wanted to say about that.
Awesome, I love it. If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to leave a like down there. It really does help us out.
Hello. Bonjour. With travel restrictions coming to an end, we'll soon be allowed to go on holiday again, which is why we've partnered up with Rosetta Stone.
This is another example, I think, that matches their usual style of videos quite well. It's just one shot that is cropped in post, and it's simple but effective, I think, and because it ties into the style that they normally have, I think it works, and it doesn't make you annoyed at the fact that there's an ad.
I think the key to all of this is that you've got to give the audience a reason to stick around for the information. Just reading the talking points from the advertiser is not a good way to do that. We know as soon as we hear it, I don't have to listen to this.
I guess I can skip it.
But if you know that there's a good chance that there's some additional content from your favourite creator that you're going to miss out on if you don't sit through the commercial, you're going to sit through it, and some of it's going to sink in.
The commercial becomes content in this way. It's not just that you are afraid that you're missing out, but the actual content itself, the way it ties in is just brilliant.
If you're enjoying what we're doing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've found that 104% of the viewers of these videos aren't subscribed, so make sure you're not one of them.
That sounds like a very real fact.
Let's take a look at another example of the same thing.
The world of visual effects is about to change forever, because machine learning and artificial intelligence is revolutionizing how we do things.
They're setting up from the beginning that this is more than just an ad read.
If there's one thing I hope that you're already learning from this video, it's that AI is already all around us. Everybody knows that Squarespace has beautiful, award-winning templates. So let's start there. Beautiful, award-winning templates. Hey, oh my God, a beautiful dog. Of course.
If you're watching the thing and you're interested in AI and generative art and whatever, you're going to want to see the results of that.
Yeah.
He's finding an excuse to put the talking points into a fun segment, which relates to the rest of the video, isn't in and of itself overwhelming or boring. It's just more fun content. What I also wanted to add, though, is the idea of this countdown in the top corner. We can see here how long is left. And I want to ask you, Tom, do you think that's smart or stupid?
I would think that Squarespace would not want them to show this timer.
But here's my argument for the alternative point of view.
Sure.
We know that creators and influencers are, in some jurisdictions, obliged to put hashtag ad in the title or to make it clear that there is paid for sponsored content. And I think that this is Corridor Crew deliberately being transparent. They're saying, hey, bear with us for this length of time and then we'll be back to the video. And I think this is just a little hint to the fact that they know that no one has to watch this, but
yeah, of course,
they're doing their best to make it worth watching.
And they are not the only people on YouTube who do indicators like that.
The most effective examples of this marketing are the ones that open up to it.
Have fun with your advertising. I think that's the main thing. Try to tie it in and be transparent and see it as an extra bit of content.
I think we've identified maybe 3 major points to making good creator commercials. One is creativity. Transparency can be a really good thing. And thirdly, have ridiculous songs.
Yes, that's the most important one, I think.
Let's move on.
Here's the only way to get this special $19.99 Sherry's Berries offer. Call 866-FRUIT. I'm sorry. What the fuck am I selling?
Right, so live on his podcast, didn't bother to edit that out.
What the fuck am I selling?
I think really clever, right? The story here is he did this read, the brand got really upset with him, cancelled.
Did they actually?
But then the sales from it were so good that they came back to him and did a bunch more.
Yeah.
I think there's some science in this. Because he's being himself, I think that he's reaching the audience in a way that you could never do just by reading it with a serious face on. Sometimes he's even being like actively rude about a product.
What the fuck am I selling?
But because he's being so transparent, people feel really good about Sherry's Berries because they've had fun listening to him talk about them.
Is authenticity.
Authenticity, that's the, yeah.
I think that's probably the 4th point that we hadn't touched on yet.
Exactly. It's become a feature on his podcast. It's not the boring bit that you have to skip through. It's the thing you look forward to almost.
Hey, you better buy some Sherry's Berries because I'm going to get in trouble with that fucking read and I'm not changing it because that was hilarious.
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed yourself, don't forget to click subscribe, like the video, all the thumbs up help us to get seen by more people. We enjoy that and we hope they will too. That was an advert right there. See you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.